So how do we know that the user story will meet all of the user expectations? Teams define this with acceptance criteria, which are the conditions that tell us when the user story is working as intended and satisfying the customer. Although the team may define it altogether, the product owner plays the main role in deciding on this acceptance criteria. These conditions are typically created and owned by the product owner and are attached to the user story. Acceptance criteria help define what success looks like from a user perspective instead of it being coded perspective. Acceptance criteria are typically a list of statements that have a clear result. Think of them like statements that you could build a test around for the product. They might contain scenarios, rules, and logic that create a specific outcome for a user. Or there might be non-functional requirements like security, performance, expected volumes, response times, and thresholds for performance. I like to keep acceptance criteria for each story to about 10 statements and link to attached modules that provide further logic or context to the story. Let's look at an example for the Go Health app. As a premium member, I would like to set up my preferred club location to my profile so that I only see the information for that club. The acceptance criteria for this user story is typically a bulleted list and may look something like this. I can enter a zip code, state, or city to find my club, and a map will display with the location on it with the phone number and address, and the ability to call the club. You get the idea, right? In the list of acceptance criteria, some of the statements could be user stories of their own. If we need to slice or split the story even further, we could use some of these criteria as new stories. Notice that every statement is from the user perspective and how they would describe success. These statements are not tasks, nor detailed technical design descriptions, although they will need to be tested before you could get signed off. The list focuses on outcomes that the user would be able to pass or fail without working technical knowledge. Acceptance criteria is not meant to be an inclusive list of every detail, but it gives the team enough information to go on and enough information to remember, discuss, and test the story. Great acceptance criteria can make all the difference in stories getting completed and that they meet the user's satisfaction.